It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we've got CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh! But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Just nowhere to go once he catches this ball. You see, he's doing everything in his power to make guys miss and break tackles. I think he ended up doing a little bit too much because he ends up going backwards.
Now he'll run. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Black. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick-6 for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick-6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick-6.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He keeps it himself, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Cowboys have it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Dak going to throw it here on. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Commanders' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Daniels going to keep this himself. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Tress Way now, and he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Cowboys offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. That'll march him back half the distance, and they'll go from there. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Commanders' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
You know what they say about Murphy's Law, Mike? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. He's had a pick six earlier in the game. Now he takes a sack. Fortunate for him, there's a lot of football to be played, but this has been a disastrous start.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. That's a short one caught by Sinnott. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. This one caught at the 4.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now it is 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll motion over Samuel. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. That one taken in. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Now Prescott. He'll get this one complete to Schoonmaker. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Back to the ground after the penalty. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
To the outside, looked in by Lamb.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Johnny Newton there on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw is Prescott. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders offense heading out for their next possession. 1st and 10. It's a quick throw over to Samuel. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Daniels. There's Osborne with the ground. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. They'll run it here with Robinson. They'll get this to about midfield. Trayvon Diggs in on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Washington. They'll throw with Daniels. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Daniels. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Cowboys offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense. Automatic 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. On 2nd down, it's Dak. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Pickens, first catch, and that's good for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
2nd down and 8. They'll throw again. Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Prescott again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Returning is Igbenogany. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over just before the half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this 2nd half. About to get started. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw is Dak. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far, but Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire offense.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's caught by Lamb. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. The open man is Osborne. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. The Commanders set to kick this one away. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A throw on the run is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Dak to throw. That is caught downfield by Pickens. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up. Here's Prescott. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Daniels. There's Osborne with the grab. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They run over center with Robinson. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Daniels. To the right side here, pass is caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. There's that man again. Another catch.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They run this straight ahead with Eckler. And the Commanders have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the 1st down. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. John Bates. Touchdown, Washington. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, There's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Gonzalez now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Prescott now. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Second down, Prescott. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Dak. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. And he'll take this down to about the 15. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, Their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this ball incomplete on third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To return, it is Turpin. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. The ball comes out. The Commanders come up with it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
The extra point is good, and the Commanders are able to extend the lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's complete left side to Pickens. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. On 3rd down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. To the air again. Prescott. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. We'll try the left side with Eckler. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.